Welcome on, guys. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. I was honestly getting on this. I was going to talk about something Heat-related fun that I wanted to get into, but I'm going to save that for another video because as I was sitting down, literally I was doing a couple things. I was editing some reels to post of the new Marlins president of baseball operations, Peter Bendix, which I recommend. Hey, check out the interviews. I know most of the people who tune in here tune in for Dolphins and Heat. If you're a South Florida fan, you want to know about your Marlins, 10 minutes with learning the Marlins' new president. I thought he was fascinating. I thought he was great. So I would check that out either here or on our podcast. And, I look forward to being out there. We're going to be out there for opening day. Love the fish. Love the fish, man. But as I was sitting down to do this and I was editing some stuff, I saw Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald posted a story on Tyler Herro and his health. And as we had said, this health thing, it continues to linger. We knew before the road trip that he was going to miss at least 4 more games. But we got some more details from Anthony's reporting on where things stand with Tyler Herro. Here's the story from Anthony. It says, the latest on where things stand with Heat guard Tyler Herro's recovery from a foot injury. And it starts off, the story says, Miami Heat guard Tyler Herro's return isn't imminent, but there's hope that he'll be able to return before the end of the regular season. Herro, who has missed the last 10 games, received a platelet-rich plasma injection on Friday to treat his injured foot and will be reevaluated in 1 to 2 weeks, according to multiple league sources. So I'm just going to go on the heavy side of things. All right, so he's going to be out at least a week, but reevaluated possibly in 2 weeks. So we're talking maybe the end of the month, which would leave Tyler Herro, if he were to come back by the end of April, or by the end of March, that would leave the Heat with 8 games left. So, yeah, we're looking at missing 8 more games. We know he's going to at least miss 3 more because the story does say he's going to be out for the road trip. But we're looking at maybe double that when they come back for home games against the Pelicans, the Cavaliers, the Golden State Warriors, Portland Trailblazers, then 1 more road game against the Washington Wizards. So, yeah, that is a little bit worrisome because especially, I don't know. It says that Tyler is listed out because of medial tendonitis in his right foot, and that he has been dealing with pain in his foot that hasn't subsided and decided to make use of a PRP injection to help speed up the recovery process. So a couple of things that make me nervous. One, the fact that just the pain's not going away and that he's trying other methods to try and get this going because it feels like, you're probably stuck in neutral. Nothing is working. Nothing is really going away. And then, if you look at what this stuff is doing, a lot of the times when somebody gets this, you do Google doctor, a lot of the times when people do this is used for treating, plantar fasciitis, a lot of pain in the foot. Foots can be sensitive, man, for basketball players. The feet can be sensitive for basketball players. And so makes you a little bit uneasy that this is something that doesn't seem to be going away. And it also says this was on top of the fact that he was dealing with a hyperextended left knee. But this was something an issue even before the hyperextended knee that he was dealing with. He was apparently dealing with this during the All-Star break. And so we're talking a long time. I mean, Tyler Herro's been really dealing with this injury. We're going back now to when was the damn All-Star game? So that's almost a month he's been dealing with this injury. Then if we're talking, okay, he came back and he played a game on the 23rd, but if he was really dealing with that even before that, yeah, we're creeping in on a month's time with dealing with this foot injury. We know that he already had the ankle injury, but it does sound pretty concerning. It does sound concerning and doesn't exactly sound like there are guarantees that he's going to be back in a week, in 2 weeks, maybe, hopeful that Tyler Herro is good to go. But the fact that he is, trying different things besides just the rehab, the rest, whatever they've been trying to do. All right, now let's see if the injection can get some pain to go away. And then how long is that going to last? I don't know. But not great hearing that. Not great hearing that. You're wishing Tyler Herro nothing but the best in something like this, that he is having to use all these methods and treatments and all this stuff just to get yourself right, get yourself back on the court. And then on top of that, the dude's going to have boatloads of pressure on him from the fan base, from the pundits, on top of, oh, yeah, by the way, you're playing with a bum-ass foot too. Like, your foot doesn't feel very good. And we can, like, those things, that's what, flared up with, I don't think it's exactly the same, but remember, Gogi had the big foot thing that caught up with him in the bubble, which eventually led to him not being able to really play in the finals. So feet are tricky, man. Feet are a tricky thing, and that is not great news to hear that Tyler Herro has been dealing with that, although I do appreciate, Anthony shedding some light on what's going on there, because I always wonder with the Heat, like, a lot of times we're just left, you're kind of just left in the dark on this stuff. And it's always a little bit concerning that you don't hear any. Usually this is my motto and method with the Heat is, if I hear no, how they say no news is good news? Not with the Heat and injuries. Usually when you hear no news, I get very, very nervous. And I get very like, oh, man. If nobody's saying anything, then, you feel like there's either something to hide or something you don't want to reveal. And, obviously it appears that just Tyler's been in a lot of pain with this foot and hasn't subsided. So now you try this method of getting a injection into it and hope that is something beneficial for him. But yeah, he will be reevaluated in 1 to 2 weeks, according to multiple league sources, is what Anthony reports. A platelet-rich plasma injection, which, if you, this is what I was saying, I was playing like WebMD, platelet-rich plasma injection. Platelet-rich plasma injection around the foot or ankle. PRP is used to treat the treatment of a tendon or ligament injury such as plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis. So he's dealing here with a medial foot tendonitis. PRP injections are not recommended for treatments of infections or cancer. Good to know. Medial foot tendinitis. Which says a condition that results in the pain on the inner side of a foot or ankle, may cause instability while walking. Over time, condition can lead to arches becoming flattened. Dude, I got some flat ass feet. Oof. Not like that dead foot that I got that I told you guys about on the radio show though. But yeah, man, like, listen, you're talking about what you got to stay upright with on a court. No friggin' bueno on that with what he's got to deal with. I guess on the positive side of things, because Spo gave you nothing on it. Here's the clip if you guys want it again. This was Spo when asked about Tyler Herro's timetable.
Not a timetable question, I promise, but is Tyler progressing in a way that, man?
He's making progress. I don't have anything more, for you. But he's doing everything he needs to do. Yeah.
It's rough to see this type of stuff going on with Tyler and everything that he's dealing with, but you got, 66 games here you have 66 games in the book. That leaves you with 16 left. You take away the 3 that are left on this road trip. So let's just say on the good end, he'd have 13 games left, but I'd say let's split that in half and just say, like, come on, dude. He's this, if it's already been this long, you're going to be already cautious on the side of things and also thinks that you're going to ramp things up. So let's just say he's back by April. I think that's enough time to get everybody acclimated. You're hopeful, obviously, standings being what they are. The Heat's schedule is not daunting the rest of the way. It's not, they got some matchups against the Cavs and the Pelicans. It's not like there's cream puffs in there, which tomorrow afternoon against the Pistons, and you got some Wizards, and you got, the Raptors and teams that aren't like teams you're familiar with, teams you haven't seen for, teams that you don't see a lot, like Golden State, but there's not a lot of Celtics, Bucks, Nuggets. That's why the Nuggets game would have been nice to get that whole signature win thing. This is a bummer though that he's going through this. The other thing that Anthony reported too on Kevin Love. It says that the Pistons game marked the 8th straight game that Kevin Love has missed with a bruised right heel. But on this, he says, but he is making positive progress in his recovery. So definitely a lot less ominous. The thing with there is a difference though with Kevin and Tyler, because it's like with Tyler, it feels like you have to obviously produces a lot more offensively, but also has the ball in his hands a lot more. So it's like you do have a get right time. It feels like with Tyler Herro. Kevin Love, it does feel very much like plug and play. Like you go in your minutes, you go do what you do. And to be fair, these last couple of games, Thomas Bryant has played awesome, but sheesh, it's definitely not great to hear that with Tyler Herro's foot that he's going through.